You're watching News 9 live, shifting our focus to Sudan, where the crisis has plunged the nation into more chaos, even as shaky truces are happening. Fighting continues, and Operation Kaveri, where Indians are being evacuated from the war-torn nation. Now, smoke billowed over the Khartoum skyline as evening fell yesterday. Earlier on Tuesday, the sounds of explosions and gunfire echoed through many parts of Khartoum, with fierce clashes taking place around the military's headquarters, the international airport, and the Republican Palace, according to the residents. Warplanes were seen flying overhead. The fighting continued despite the newest extension of a shaky ceasefire meant to allow safe corridors for healthcare workers and aid agencies working in the capital. The fighting has displaced at least 3.34 lakh people inside Sudan itself and sent tens of thousands more to neighboring countries such as Egypt, Chad, South Sudan, the Central African Republic, and Ethiopia, according to various United Nations agencies. Aid workers are increasingly concerned about the lack of basic services in these particular areas. Between 900 and 1,000 people are arriving daily at the border with Ethiopia, according to a spokesman for the International Organization for Migration. Now, at least 20,000 people have already crossed into Chad, which borders the Darfur city of Jenina, where clashes last week killed dozens and wounded another 100. Meanwhile, thousands of people have fled since the fighting broke out in central Khartoum for Sudan's borders. Some have been waiting for days on end in the open air to cross the Wactch land crossing into Egypt. The situation remains calamitous. Some 3.3 lakh Sudanese have been displaced inside Sudan's borders by the war. Displaced Sudanese families have also made their way, sometimes on foot under scorching desert sun, hundreds of kilometers to Chad and South Sudan. About 8 lakh people could eventually leave, according to the United Nations. More than 40,000 people have crossed the border into Egypt over the past 2 weeks, but only after days of delays. Most migrants have had to pay hundreds of dollars to make the 1,000 kilometer or the 620-mile journey north from Khartoum. But in terms of evacuations, Operation Kaveri has been moving on in swift pace. It has been 8 days since India launched Operation Kaveri. The government of India's Operation Kaveri is a hope for the Indians and citizens of neighboring nations stuck in the conflict zone of Sudan. Here's how the mission has gone so far. According to the Indian Embassy in Sudan, which has recently been shifted from Khartoum to the port Sudan, another batch of 231 Indians on the 12th outbound flight departed from Saudi Arabian city of Jeddah to Mumbai as India continues to make efforts to bring back its citizens stranded in war-torn Sudan. On Tuesday, a total of 559 people were brought back home under the rescue mission, of which 231 Indians arrived in Ahmedabad and the remaining 328 citizens were brought to New Delhi. With this, the number of evacuees has surpassed the 3,000 mark. So all in all, India has evacuated 3,195 Indians through 13 Indian Air Force aircraft and 5 Indian naval ships. Around 62 buses were facilitated for people to reach the cities from where the Indian aircraft or ships were to rescue them.